It seems like the more responsibility on Jamal Fogarty, his game's gone.
Been brilliant.
There.
Back to Fogarty. He'll kick towards Rapana. He's trying to get a clean run. Hosking up and over and try.
A beautiful kick by Jamal Fogarty.
Fogarty again. His kick out towards the wing where Schiller is above the ball.
Fogarty's kicking game is pinpoint accurate. That's a beautiful kick.
He won again for the Raiders in Wagga Wagga with a field goal. Is this number 4 of his career? He's kicked it! Jamal Fogarty! You giants!
He nearly kicks it to Melbourne. He hits it that good. What a kick.
He's enjoying one heck of a season, Jamal Fogarty, and the joint leader of the Freddy the Eighth medal joins us live from Canberra. Jamal, welcome to the show, mate.
G'day, fellas. How are you?
Fantastic. Great to have you with us. Freddie has been admiring your work all year long.
Yeah, loving what you're doing. I think a real base that you've given the Canberra side. I noticed their high completion rate, your kicking game. Was that sort of spoken about at the start of the year by Ricky? Was that a real effort to complete sets?
Yeah, I think going off all of our stats last year in the games, just making sure we can give ourselves a good opportunity with the ball. I think last year we had one bullet in the chamber all the time. We'll shoot our shot and wouldn't come off, and teams will go down the other end and score pretty quickly off that. So it's just about trying to play the long game, get through our sets, try and turn it over in the corner and get to a nice kick and front loading our energy. And obviously off the back of that, it's given us some nice opportunities and a good platform for the team.
From the outside looking in, it seems to me that with Jack Whiten gone, you've taken that extra responsibility, especially with Ethan Strange, at 5'8", and just said, right, this is my team, come with me. Is that a fair call?
Probably not a fair call. To be honest, I think my role has been the same as last year. I just think that our team in general is just a lot more patient, and we've kept it very simple and very basic in the early rounds because we know early games in the year, if we can get through our sets, hold the ball and be patient, most of the time you should come away with a win. And I think that's just been a really nice platform for us at the moment. So my role hasn't really changed. I think I'm doing a lot more kicking now. Obviously, having Jack there last year on the left edge with his left foot was really nice. And just to take a little bit of pressure there off Ethan, let him find his feet, just let him get into a groove there. I'll do majority of the kicking until he's ready to take some on board. And he's doing a great job for us there too.
I think he just brushed the 8th then.
Yeah.
Like a booger.
Well, mate, he's been honest. That's what we want to know. Don't want him just agreeing all the time. It's fascinating.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on your young kids, like Xavier Savage. He looks like he's matured and he looks different to what he used to be. And obviously, Ethan Strange, Joey was talking about before. What sort of spark, what's that brought to the team?
Yeah, I think the best thing about Xavier, he's always had that potential in him. Probably finding it consistently, coming in and training every day, having high standards. Probably wasn't so good, whereas this year he's actually come in, he's got really high standards, and he had a chat with Stick actually and said, I think the best position for me in the team's to play on the wing, and Stick agreed with it. And I think his football's gone through the roof, just kept it nice and simple. And someone with his big frame for Xavier and his speed, why not be a left winger and finish tries? And obviously with Heath, he's a young kid. He's got that flair. He's got nice footwork, probably a bit similar to yourself there, Freddie, with the footwork. And he's very fast too for a young fella. So I think, Strange, he's only going to get better the more games he plays. And we just need all of our fans to obviously be a little bit patient with it. There's going to be times there where he's going to be excellent for a couple of weeks and a couple of times where he might drop off for a little bit. But I think with him and Xavier, let him get the 50, 60 NRL games and then start marking them off that.
Well, he's just re-signed Ethan Strange, and what's it like trying to re-sign someone? Like the first thing, the Roosters, you get them down to Bondi Beach and you go, well, you want to live here and play footy? You play at Allianz Stadium, just up the road.
Give him a party bag.
What's it like down Canberra? What are you selling? What's appealing to you down there? What have you liked about it?
Yeah, I love when Stick invites you around for a kilo tomahawk every now and then for free. That's nice. But I think it just starts with the people around the place, mate. Don Fern and Ricky Stewart at the top, great people, very, very affectionate and caring people, and that just flows on to the players. And that was probably one thing that I really realised when I got here, that how much your players care about one another. Obviously, you move away from your close ones and your family, and you don't have much here, so they really make the most of it down here. And just little things away from football too, always going for a coffee together and some breakfast, even going for a beer and a punt together, just things to keep everyone engaged, and pretty tight little knit group down here. And I think that's probably one thing that's appealing. You know, you're pretty stable away from football, and you know, once we get rolling and the footy works out well, that's probably another appealing thing as well.
I first watched you play footy for the Burleigh Bears years ago, Jamal, and your career, it's been interesting, and it probably goes back to this idea that halves can develop a little bit later, because you started your NRL journey a little later in your career, and it's probably only now that you're realising your best football.
Yeah, obviously took a bit longer than everyone else, and to be fair, I probably didn't have a lot of confidence in myself as a young kid, whereas I see kids like Chevy Stewart and Ethan Strange there coming into first grade, very confident, being true to themselves, whereas I was probably a bit more introverted and lacked that confidence. And obviously playing a fair bit of Queensland Cup, I had a really good coach there, Jim Lenihan, and he made me understand my own game. And once I kind of figured out, you know, this is me as a player, this is what I can bring to a team, I kind of ran with it. And I was just lucky enough that Justin Holbrook gave me a shot there at the Titans, and haven't looked back since.
I'll just have a look at these highlights here, Jamal. You've perfected that big spiral bomb. You give that a good whack.
Yeah, I think having a coach like Ricky here, he's always out there on field. He's a hands-on coach. And
I can just picture him just challenging you. Come on.
Yeah, he's frothing out the mouth at training when you're putting him up at training, and he's always like, you know, if you're never going to practice them, you're never going to do it in games. So I'd rather you know, shank a couple here at training and get good at it. And obviously it's a nice little weapon to have as well. Get a little bit of extra height for the boys to get down there, and sometimes I get a result.
Now, Jamal, realistically, Daly Cherry Evans, if fit, will be the Queensland halfback, but in the commentary this year, Billy Slater's been incredibly glowing about your performances. Tell us about what that would mean to represent Queensland.
Yeah, I think as a little fella growing up, you always see your idols in the Origin arena, and to be able to even be in camp or to put that jersey on would be such a surreal feeling for myself. But I'm a realistic person, mate. I think Queensland are in very safe hands there. Obviously, you got Ben Hunt every time he plays for the Maroons. I know he plays hooker, but he's always, you know, competing and playing so awesome for him. So I think someone like Ben Hunt, you still got Sam Walker and Tommy Dearden that have been in the squad over the last couple of years. So I think they're in safe hands. But like I said, it'll be a dream come true, even if I was just in camp, whether, you know, I'll be ball boy, go and chase the balls and bring them back to the boys. Just whatever, be an unreal experience.
You can't have a ball boy with a mo like that.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a bit dodgy.
Very Freddie Mercury.
Mum would like this.
I thought at Live Aid at Wembley, you're outstanding, Freddie Mercury. Yeah. That was good.
It was a great set. Hey, speaking of honours, Jamal, we've introduced the Freddy the Eighth medal for the first time this year. Now, to be honest with you, we don't really know what the prize is yet.
No, we do. We're taking them to lunch.
Out for lunch.
Well,
no, that is the prize.
Right. So, firstly, what would it mean to win the Freddy the Eighth medal? And secondly, do you think you'd be up for lunch with these two?
Yeah, I think that's a great duo for lunch, mate.
Yes.
Couple of quiet ones, and asked for a couple of stories before the phones came in. I'm sure they'd have a couple of good laughs there.
We'll go to you. We'll go to Fishwick for lunch.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
I don't know what's out there, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Liar.
Don't turn left.
Jamal, great to chat to you, mate. I've got to say, it's been wonderful watching the Raiders this year. 4 wins from 6, and everybody was sort of projecting the team to maybe struggle a bit without Jack Whiten, but it's been the opposite. You've played great football, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the year. Keep it up.
No worries, fellas. Have a great weekend.
See you, mate. Good luck.
Jamal Fogarty joining us here on Freddy in the Eighth.
Form player of the competition.
He kills it.
Isn't he?
The form player. What?
Yeah. No, well, what, he probably would have had
Mate, he's a form
3 or
player.
4 men of the matches. So.
They're under pressure. They've got a kid as a 5'8". They've got a couple of kids coming back from injuries, new back rowers. Their best player, he's been out all year, the back rower, the English bloke.
Elliot Whitehead.
Elliot Whitehead.
Might have lost Hosking for the season. Now, I don't know that we know exactly the extent of that injury, but they're saying potentially a season-ending injury.
Yeah, he's been going really good. This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights. Action. 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast. Get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour. Grab a seat on the couch for that. And, of course, my favourite, Freddy in the Eighth.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm. Subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.